upon, as it is at this day, for the iniquity of the house of Israel, and the house of Judah. And thou hast dealt with us, O Lord our God, according to all thy goodness, and according to all that great mercy of thine, as thou spokest by the hand of thy servant Moses, in the day when thou didst command him to write thy law before the children of Israel, saying, If you will not hear my voice, this great multitude shall be turned into a very small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I know that the people will not hear me, for they are a people of a stiff neck, but they shall turn to their home.
Yo, did you hear that? Did you hear that? He said he will scatter his people because they will not hear him. For I know that they will not hear me. 30. Did you like think about these are the mistakes that we cannot afford to ever make again. You can't let your children make these. You can't let your grandchildren make these. You got to get these home to them. First of all, it's things that we did. Clean up ourselves. We got to clean up ourselves. We got to clean up our mindsets. We got to remember what mistakes our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents made before us, that we do not repeat them. We never want to be in this circumstance ever again. We don't want our children to ever know what it's like to go through what we went through. Ever. We got to clean this up. We cannot make this mistake ever again.
Hard in the land of their captivity. And they shall know that I am the Lord their God, and I will give them a heart, and they shall understand, and ears, and they shall hear, and they shall praise me in the land.
Now listen, I mean, look at this, right? We are craving for the Creator, right? We are craving to get out of the bondage that we're in. We want to get out from underneath the thumb that's oppressing us, right? It is so obvious. We want out. Even look at the Black Hebrew Israelites, right? Yeah, I see what they're doing. I see them marching. I see them, coming together. That's good and all that. There's not everything that they teach I agree with. Like, first of all, the name Black is, Hebrew Israelites is an oxymoron. But you can see while you're watching, the men that join it, they want to be correct. They want to be right. You know what I'm saying? I feel at times, well, I don't know. It doesn't matter how I feel, but I'm just saying, like, you can see all over, we're looking for something, and we need something, just like that lady was talking about. We need something to be your daddy, to fill the void, right? And he's telling you he will do it, not Jesus. In the days that we get to return, he said he will do it. And shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. So before, our ancestors wouldn't listen. They couldn't listen. They became so stiff-necked. We're like, hey, please speak to us. Speak to us. Let us hear. Let us give us help. Correct us. Meanwhile, we are looking for the answers to correct ourselves.
End of their captivity, and shall be mindful of my name. And they shall turn away themselves from their stiff neck, and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, that sinned against me.
Isn't that what I just finished saying? We could never make those mistakes again. We've seen it. We were reminded of what happened, man. The Red Summer. Read about the Red Summer if you don't have a grasp on things, man. Talk to somebody that's lived, man. They'll tell you about it. It's exciting, though, to know what you're seeing, though. We're like right there on the doorstep, it feels like. We're maybe not on the doorstep. Maybe it feels like we're actually walking through, like we have one foot walking through the door into what he's saying, or what is written here.
Bring them back again into the land which I promised with an oath to their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be masters thereof, and I will multiply them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make with them another covenant that shall be everlasting, to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more remove my people, the children of Israel, out of the land that I have given them.
Now you hear that? Where is Jesus in any of that? With the promise that you are set to return. No, Jesus didn't lead you there. Jesus didn't save you at any of this stuff. Your Creator's waiting on you to return to Him. Look for Him. Search for Him. Keep His name sacred in your mouth. Mindful of it. And He will multiply you. Oh, man. I got a sad story. I was watching the news, man. It was a young woman who had a daughter that was autistic. And she took her daughter to the river and drowned it. Man, I don't feel bad for the mom. I feel bad for that child. The child was 4 years old. It's autistic. It didn't ask to be born that way. It didn't ask to be born with these handicaps, man. And it's not right. The child didn't even have a chance to decide what she wanted with her own life, man. So as I end this chapter 2, which is more, but I just want us to think about that child, man. And try to help out. Try to be there to help out people that are, might be overstressed, overwhelmed. Oh, check this out. Ezekiel 7 and 2. This is what a little bit of reading I've been doing, right? And thus, Son of man, thus saith the Lord God to the land of Israel, the end is come upon the 4 quarters of the land. Now, this is the one translation I pulled up just in time, but man, when I read that, 2 things came to mind, right? Which I was off on the first one, and I openly admit it. Martin Luther King's speech. He talks about how you've been exiled. The Negro is languished in the corners of American society. That's where there was the corners. That's what I think I was thinking of, word association. So, but I just thought about it. Look at America, 4 corners, right? And I thought about the 4 corners in. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see. I thought about this too. The 4 corners, which is supposed to be a part of Aztalan. There you go. I got another verse I want to show you where it tells, it's going to be later on in the book of Baruch, but it tells them that the land of Israel is supposed to cry and look for her children to return. And it says, say to the east. It told how did it tell it? It says something like to the land, look to the east for your children to return, O Jerusalem, or something like that. And then it says, look to the west. All right, well, you're leaving the east, you're leaving the west. No, this is just my mind. You're looking for the 4 corners. I mean, how much of this in New Mexico still has Aztec cities and dwelling places all over it? Think about it too. Yeah, I'll leave that there. I'm going to show you in the next one. All right, take care, everybody.